So the OB said, well, how do you feel about having a baby? And we're like, well, yeah, we'll do that, when it gets there. And she was like, no, now. And so that was Friday afternoon, and then 2 days later on Sunday morning, we went in for a C-section to have Elizabeth.
About 2.5 Hail Marys later, I woke up outside of the ER and got the news from the nurse that Elizabeth was here and that she had been rushed to the NICU and that Justin was with her. And we had a neonatologist come in the next morning and indicate that there were some issues, that they were having a hard time stabilizing, and there was also some concern about a brain bleed, and so they wanted to transfer her to Children's. They had run some microarray analysis, and that came back on December 2nd, and that's the test that told us that Elizabeth had a condition called trisomy 9 mosaic. That means that there are 3 of the 9th chromosome in some but not all cells of her body. So the mosaicism refers to kind of that variation.
We usually tell people she has a genetic disorder, a very rare genetic disorder. Sometimes we'll explain trisomy 9 mosaic. We had a great meeting with our geneticist who broke it down. It was like a middle school science lesson all over again. There are some similar characteristics between these people, but everybody's kind of charting their own path. Not a ton of common ground to say, okay, well, people with this kind of a diagnosis all have XYZ situations, and so we're just kind of making it up as we go.
The issues that she has kind of come up organically, and Children's has always had all of the specialists that we need to meet every new challenge, every new discovery or diagnosis.
It's the best part of my job is when kids surprise me. Elizabeth is a great example of that. Her initial sleep study showed incredibly severe obstructive sleep apnea. I would have said that she was going to need a mask to help her breathe probably for the rest of her life. She hasn't used one in over a year. And I think for all of us, the important part is there's going to be those kids who have unique needs. And if we don't have those specialists here, those people that can provide those subspecialty cares, then we're going to have to send them elsewhere. And we all want to be able to take care of as many things as we can here. Nobody wants their child in the hospital. That's, as a parent, that's one of the most stressful events that you're going to have. And so anything that we can do from an environment standpoint to help with that is going to be a benefit, and the Hubbard Center provides that.
There are maybe 250 other individuals that we know of that have the same diagnosis as Elizabeth. And when we're looking at the Facebook page, there are parents that are having to travel from Thailand to Paris or Paris to New York to get the same level of treatment that we have.
We have amassed quite a collection of the stuffed bears from the surgery unit. She had a surgery to untether her spinal cord, which was moderately terrifying as her dad. And 2 days later, she was acting like it wasn't bugging her, and I'm thinking to myself, like, there would be 6 months I would be moaning and groaning about how awful this was, and she was back to being her happy little self.
When you have a child that is not typically developing, it can be very easy and natural to dwell on the things that that child can't do or won't do or may not be able to do. And that's just not a place that we tend to start from. We try to celebrate all of the little accomplishments that she makes, whether it's learning how to sit at 18 months or learning how to walk earlier this year.
She is just the happiest kid ever, and is always happy to see you. You come home from work and she is squealing, and as soon as she hears the garage door open, and is scooting over to you or walking over to you as fast as she can get there to see you.
Elizabeth loves to be anywhere where her sister is, and she loves to be around family. She likes to be outside. She loves swinging on the swing set.
I think it's challenged our system because now that these kids are surviving and are getting older, we don't know what's coming next. Kids get to write their own book, and so now it's our job again to kind of get on to the next chapter, and we get to learn with them. And I think that fits into the whole purpose of the Hubbard Center and what we're doing here. We're trying to not only to treat the kids, we want to learn more too, and hopefully dispense that information out to the rest of the world through academic publications and research.
We never anticipated needing Children's, and certainly not to the scale that we utilize them, but we are sure glad and thankful for all of the people that have taken the time to contribute to children's in the past and that have created this legacy of giving and supporting this awesome, truly awesome hospital and medical center.